Chopana, fum de la grasa, nigga.
Feel like the one, feeling it stuck. This ain't no rock, that's diamond in the cup. Light on my shoulders, I'm getting them rough. Money don't fold up, I feel like Pac in the tub. Showered in gold chains, knots on me. They got the slices, I stay with the block and cheese. Broccoli pressure, both cost me 43. Ay, I stay in my lane, don't fuck with no one. Fuck with no one. Whoa. If you mad, hold your horses, I'm still going up. You cannot stop it, just sit back and watch it. I pull up in different whips, yeah, I got options. Don't play with that sneak dissing, boy, you try-ters. They see me in person, they wanna talk about it. I feel like I'm, who you feel like? I feel like I'm pocking the tub with the chains on. Whole lot of gold. They want me to turn it down, I gotta stay on and never go out. We ain't dimming the lights, no. Going out like their bikes. 12 o'clock, everybody eating over here. Having more than one bite. Only the team get to play. Why? Only the team get to stay. Yeah. Silver spoon where they were with me. Dogs aggressive like they never ate. Savages. Ops too quiet on the other side. Where they at? But I know they ain't plotting. Fuck with me, you die. No, I ain't playing. Telling me what? Don't give a fuck. They gon' talk when you down, they gon' talk when you up. I take what they say, along with the eighth. Kept me a word, then I burn it up. Pockin' the tub, chains on me. Feel like a thug, lot of guns. All got kickback, Daniel. Son still score when they foul. One need mine and some, plus spray on my body, rack plus. Some say I changed, I'm racked up. Hit for the money, fuck who next up. I stay on my 10, ain't no taking me out. Got a blunt in my hand, one in my mouth. Some say I talk cocky, but this ain't no act. Say what I want, I ain't watching my mouth. I feel like I'm pocking the tub with the chain.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. This is going to be a special edition of my live because I'm going to be having a special guest on here, one of the most knowledgeable people, not just in Philadelphia, but the boxing world in general, man. This is a much anticipated interview that a lot of people amongst the nation have been asking for. A highly requested interview, in all honesty, man. I got the guy, Greg Hackett, hot shot. Greg Hackett, you feel what I'm saying? So we definitely going to have him in the building. You know what I mean? I just wanted to, speak to you guys a little bit before I get the man up on here. You know what I'm saying? We just chopped it up not too long ago. So he should be on here any minute. You feel what I mean? I appreciate everybody that been coming through and showing love. You feel what I mean? And this one is for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, I do see these guys behind the scenes, but I haven't really had a real conversation with Greg Hackett before, man. And in all honesty, I'm going to be a little bit transparent throughout the course of this interview. So I'm really looking forward to being transparent with you guys. You feel what I mean? We definitely going to talk about what's going on in the boxing world. We're going to talk about, the whole Turki Alalshikh situation, him having words with Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford continuously calling out. Teofimo constantly calling out Terence Crawford. We definitely going to get into that. You know what I mean? We just going to get into some random boxing talk. You see what I mean? But I already sent him the link. I told him that I was going live at 10:15, so he should be coming in. You know what I mean? In a couple of minutes. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in. You know what I'm saying? If you appreciate the content and what I'm doing for y'all, man, I'm doing this because he is a highly requested interview. You feel what I'm saying? Besides, Boots and Bozy, Greg Hackett is right up there, man. A lot of people wanted me to reach out to him and get it popping since we both from Philly and we both, a part of the boxing world. So we definitely going to get into it, man. So I appreciate everybody that been coming through, showing love and, giving me suggestions that's making the channel better and shit like that. And, we about to get it. We about to get it popping for real, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to the man. The first comment of the day, my boy Lorenzo. What's going on? USA #1. Boxing film, stop motion, MMA, Glizzy, coffee plant. You see what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Like I said, let's get them likes up. Let's get the algorithm on the up. You feel what I'm saying? This nigga, he stayed caught. He said Boots next. Yeah, we gonna try to get that going. You know what I mean? Boots is a busy man, and he like to fall back and chill and do his own shit. So I might have to pull up personally to do that. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we definitely gonna get there, man. Just be patient with your boy. You feel what I mean? Once I get some open availability on my schedule, then I'll definitely be going over there and chopping it up with Bo and Boots. You feel what I mean? Might have them in the same interview. So we definitely gonna check this out. Boost antisocial. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I don't know. I don't know the man personally or like that, but I don't know if antisocial is the word, man. He just be chilling. He like to be in the cut. You feel what I'm saying? And not everybody just want to be in front of the cameras all day. I understand it. He might be antisocial to an extent. You feel what I mean? But he not one of them dudes that's always trying to have the camera on his face and just want to be talking all the time, bro. He want to do what he good at, and then he just want to chill, fall back with his people. You know what I mean? So you gotta salute that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Hit the like button on the way in, y'all. What's going on, J Cash? What up? What up? We definitely gonna get this shit popping for sure. Like I said, we're gonna let a few more people come in here, and then we're gonna get it popping. You feel me? Boxerfield said doing some great things. Appreciate that, brother. This something light. You know what I mean? This something light for real. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep on. We're gonna pick up the interviews and shit like that. And typically, I would write shit down, but I think that we both. I think this is gonna be a fluid conversation. So, you know what I mean? Oscar De La Paz said, "What's going on, my brother? What's up? You anti? What you mean anti-social? I'm selective with who I talk to. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm anti-social though, because the people that I'm cool with, we definitely chop it up. But sometimes I'll be talking too much for real. But like if I don't know you or I ain't feeling your energy, you're not really gonna get much up out of me. You feel me? So I don't know. I think it's like selective. I'm real selective with who I socialize with. I guess that's what you could say. You feel me? But yeah, man, like I said, we're gonna be talking about Turki Alalshikh and Canelo Alvarez. They both pretty much throwing out. Turki Alalshikh definitely throwing shots. You feel what I mean? I think Oscar, all Canelo was saying, I don't know why I was gonna bring up Oscar, but all Canelo Alvarez was saying was like he liked to do shit. You know what I mean? They was trying to get him to agree right away. You feel what I mean? They was trying to they was trying to push him to do something. He like, yo, I'm focused on my fight right now. Afterwards, we could talk. Like I'm pretty much I'm on my time. I'm not gonna do shit when the fuck y'all want me to. So I guess Turki Alalshikh had a problem with that. And Canelo said that he don't like how the way he do business. So Turki Alalshikh went on to say that. He said I could get into that a little bit later, but yeah, they Turki Alalshikh definitely threw shots. Canelo laughed in response. I don't know if Canelo said anything outside of that. That was the last thing that I heard him say, but he just laughed at it and then he just left it alone. You feel me? So. I'm gonna see exactly what y'all think about that. You feel me? And just go from there. Yeah, Canelo he just put laughing emojis. You feel me? Oscar De La Paz said he said plenty killers in that ring, antisocial. He said I don't fuck with no one at my gym. I'm all work. I don't know. I like more of my gym more of a family type environment. So if you was to be like that, then you might have a target on your back in my gym, honestly. But everybody got their own way of doing shit. You feel me? Glizzy said, Mark, when you enter the gym, do you dap everyone up? I wouldn't necessarily say everybody, but like my people, yeah, absolutely. Like my dad, Sharon, the pros, the amateurs I got. So definitely, some parents that I'm cool with and shit like that. So definitely, I do be having a little lineup of who hands I. Yeah, I definitely be shaking a whole lot of hands. That's a fact. Now that I think about it, I do be shaking a whole lot of people's hands as soon as I walk in. But that shit just be routine, so I don't even be paying attention to it for real. You know what I mean? But that's actually a good question. I ain't never really think about that. But yeah, man. Let me see. I just hit him up, so he should be coming on at any moment now. You feel what I mean? We definitely gonna get that shit popping. Anonymous said, I understand that mindset y'all were talking about. I'm antisocial. I don't really like people like that. I mean, there's a lot of people that's like that. I don't really knock people for that shit, in all honesty. There be days where I wake up and I don't be wanting to talk to people and shit like that. Other days I'm more like open to speaking than others, but you know what I mean? I'm definitely all about my work too. Like I'm not about to just sit here and just talk and not do shit. You know what I mean? We could talk after we get the work done. So it's definitely work first, and the motherfuckers want to chop it up afterwards, then we can. You feel me? Yo, Oscar, that's a pet peeve of mine, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He said it ain't even off animosity, just how motherfuckers grew up. A lot of motherfuckers at my gym just be pulling up the fuck around, pause, and I don't fuck with that. Yo, that bothers me too, bro. On some real shit, and this probably just like the asshole side of me, because I definitely got an asshole side to me. Whereas like, bro, if you pulling up just to talk, bro, you shouldn't even be here. Just dip. You feel what I mean? And I even feel that way about like family members when they come through. You know what I mean? They just be taking up space, just want to talk to people and shit, distracting motherfuckers from their work. It's like, bro, If you fam, I'll let you work out here and shit like that. But if you just here to talk and gossip and all that shit, bro, you know what I mean? There's a time and a place for that. And the gym not really a time or a place for that. You feel me? So I don't even be liking that shit myself, even if you family. It's like, if you distracting what I got going on and you fucking up the progress, I don't really be liking that. But, you know, there's some people that, you know, they treat the boxing gym like a barbershop. You know what I mean? Like when you walk into a barbershop and you run it and you got a couple homies there about to get cut with you and y'all niggas just start gossiping about bitches or whatever y'all interested in talking about. You know what I mean? That's how people treat the gym. And it's like, you know what I mean? When the gym about to close and y'all just like cooling or whatever, that's different. But like, you know what I mean? If like we in the prime hours to be working, you need to be working. And if you ain't working, you don't need to be here. That's just the type of time that I be on. Real Deal said, do you like Turkey? Turki Alalshikh, yeah, I like what he got going on, man. He got some great competitive fights going on. He contributed to the sport of boxing and shit like that. Like he doing some good things. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's some critiques there for Turki Alalshikh as well. The more that he's like in the sport, but you know, everybody got their pros and cons in the boxing game. Just how any promoter, you know what I mean? Any figure in the sport of boxing, you could say a positive thing about them. You could say a negative thing about them. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that Turki Alalshikh is doing some good things for boxing. We getting some fights with Turki Alalshikh that we probably would have never have seen. Or if we did see them, they would have been overdue. So I like what he got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, considering the fact that, you know, I was concerned that all the fights, all the big fights was going to be in Saudi Arabia and shit like that. But he's actually bringing the big fights over to the U.S. You know what I mean? So I rock with how the way he moving. I like that, you know, he's doing some good things. And I see a lot of criticism about Turki Alalshikh in terms of like, yeah, man, like when you he said shit not letting me jump on. All right, hold up. Let me try to send him another link. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to send Greg another link because he said this shit not letting him get on. Hold on. Let me send it to myself real quick. Hold on, y'all. Be patient with me. Just trying to get him on here, y'all. He having a little technical difficulties. I guess I sent the wrong link or whatever. Listen, Lorenzo, I don't know how much these dudes get paid. They probably got that little system where they got this little guaranteed pay and then they get a little check on the side on some Al Heyman shit. Listen, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. But one thing I do know is that, you know, Turki Alalshikh doing some good shit. Like I said, he was getting a little bit of criticism that, you know, when you walk into the arena, they're giving you brochures for Saudi Arabia. And they saying because of that, because like he's, you know, promoting like people going to Saudi Arabia and shit like that, that, you know, he's not really prioritizing boxing. He said, where the link? All right, GHB. All right, let's get you on here, my brother. Hold on. There you go. That's the link right here. And we only letting Greg on for now, yo. I don't know how much time he got, but we going to chop it up first. You feel what I mean? We going to get this shit on the road. For sure. Let's get it popping. And that's the thing. It's like, yo, like if that's like his agenda to promote Saudi Arabia, let that shit be his agenda. As long as he's giving us the fights that we want to see, I'm not really concerned with what, you know what I mean, what his main priority is. You know what I'm saying? Seem like he a fan of the sport. You know what I mean? He listening to the people and he giving us what we looking for. So it is what it is. You feel me? So, yeah, I mean, but you know, when you on top of the game or you doing some big shit in the game, people always gonna come at you sideways and, you know, trying to push certain narratives or defend certain people. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yes, sir. I mean, yeah. I mean, if he trying to get all right. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, what's popping?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's up with you?
Hey, man, I'm just maintaining, man. Yo, I appreciate you coming on and, you know, giving me some of your time. I know you're a busy man. You know what I mean? I already know how the whole schedule work with the gym and shit like that. So, and, you know, obviously you got a lot of other shit going on in the gym. Outside of the gym, I'm assuming. So thank you. So
Appreciate you.
yeah, bro, you one of the most highly requested people. You know what I mean? They see we from Philly together. They be like, yo, what's up with Greg? Try to get Greg. And I was like, yeah. I got his info. So I figured I'd hit you up, man. I appreciate you reaching out because you could have easily, you know what I'm saying, did whatever you was doing. So, you know what I mean? We got a lot of people on here that's familiar with who you are, but just to like, for the people that's like actually like not too into like the boxing community on YouTube or just not familiar with the boxing world in general, man, just give them like a little bit of who you are, just a little bit like who you are, what you get into.
I mean, Greg Hackett, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, currently boxing coach and, boxing analyst, I guess. You know what I mean? I like to talk about the sport. I love the sport. I've been boxing since I was 12 years old. I'm 37 now. I had 16 amateur fights. I had 27 pro fights. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know, having fun with this shit, staying busy.
Yo, that's crazy. You done did it all, man. Have you ever thought just a quick random question? I ain't even had this in mind. Since you so experienced, like especially in the professionals, what I mean, there's not a lot of people that get to that many fights. You know what I mean, there's a lot of road bumps, and a lot of people don't even make it that far. Did you
Yeah.
ever consider? And I don't know if you've already been doing this. Have you been considering managing fighters?
I be thinking to myself like one day I think that'll be the path, but then again I don't know, man. It's crazy because boxing's crazy.
Yeah. I get it, man. I be seeing some shit, and I just be like, yeah, I see why a lot of people just dip off from this sport. You feel what I mean? But
Yeah,
I mean, considering all the experience you got, I mean, you done some great things as a trainer. You one of the most knowledgeable dudes that I could recall in the city and just in the boxing world in general. So if you was to be a manager and you done seen the ins and outs of the pros and shit like that, I think you would be a great asset to boxing management in general. But I mean, that's just my opinion.
no, I
So
appreciate that.
before we get into this though, I gotta, and this probably something that you're not even expecting for real, but I'm gonna give you an apology, man. I'm gonna give you an apology, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Why you say that?
No, this is just you probably don't even recollect this because this was a while back, but I remember there was a point in time where Pivot was getting a like name off of the ground and shit like that, and
Hmm.
I don't know if you was training him. I don't know what the situation was. You was working with the dude Demetrius Williams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and then we had Rashid Johnson, and then things got a little, you know what I'm saying, like the talking
yeah,
back and forth. At the time I was 19. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I'm fresh out of high school. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was like competing myself before I got sick and I had to put boxing to the side real quick. So I was like a young, wide-eyed kid and shit like that. So we got into the back and forth and all that shit. And I mean, it was even on social media and all that. And I thought back on it. I was like, man, you ever did some shit when you was young and then you think about it, you like, yeah, that was,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
being older now, I'm a father now. A lot of
yeah.
shit that changed up. Mindsets changed. So obviously, like there's a lot of testosterone in the room. Shit might get heated when we compete against each other and shit like that. So I just want to give you my apology. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
No,
mean?
that's cool. I
I've
appreciate
been, I've
that,
been making
bro.
my rounds with that shit too. Cause I done said a lot of dumb shit when I was young. So whenever I run into people, I just be like, "Yo, my bad, bro."
Shit, we all been there. You know what I mean? We all been there.
Yeah, for sure. So I just wanted to get that off. So you gotta make sure you take me off that block list on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
I got you on Instagram block list.
Bro, it was that long ago, bro. Like you probably don't remember that shit.
All right, I got you. I
So I
got
just, I
you.
just, I just wanted to address that.
No,
So
I fucks with you for that. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
I had to, man. You know what I mean? Niggas get older, shit change. You feel me?
For
So
sure.
let's get into what's going on in the boxing world. You feel what I'm saying? So, obviously, the biggest topic as of right now that's going on, the most relevant topic, I guess,
Yeah.
is Canelo Alvarez getting that fight signed with Edgar Berlanga. A lot of people didn't want to believe that it was going to happen, but
Right.
nonetheless, it happened. You feel what I mean? So a lot of people feel like Edgar Berlanga is undeserving. There's a whole lot of mixed opinions. I even seen people that feel like Edgar Berlanga got a shot. Where do you stand on this fight being made? What do you think about Berlanga's chances, Canelo's options? What do you think about this?
I mean, we gotta be as fans. I think we a little let down because he fighting Edgar Berlanga. But to be honest, in boxing, the money is first. The money is first.
Mhm.
And when you mix Puerto Rican fighter versus a Mexican fighter on Mexican Independence weekend or day, this is what you get. I can't I can't say they wrong because this is tradition. This is tradition in boxing. You know what I mean? So we getting Edgar Berlanga because he's at the right weight class and he happened to be the right ethnicity. I mean, he Puerto Rican kid from New York. He a big kid. He got the look. He got a lot of backing. You know what I'm saying? He's in the right place at the right time when you think about life. I'm not mad at it, but I'm like, he really don't deserve it because when you think about it, we got Benavidez, we got, you know what I mean, we got Morel. It's guys who could have got in there that we would have been like, whoa. And it's not that Edgar Berlanga can't handle it. It's just we haven't seen him handle lesser opponents. We've seen him in there with lesser opponents, and he hasn't really done what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? What they first was like promoting of him, like what they was putting out there, the picture we was painting in our minds is this kid is really a knockout artist. And I believe he really can punch. He really can punch. But I don't think he's put together to go in there and handle Canelo Alvarez. But now that the fight is made, we gotta only accept it. There's nothing we can do. I think it's gonna be a good fight as far as if you look at Edgar Berlanga, he's a lot bigger than Canelo. He can punch. Um, I think he is going to hype himself up to go out there and really try to win. You know what I mean? But the skills will oversee the, just the heart and the size of Edgar Berlanga. And I think Canelo probably is stopping like in the 8th round, 9th round, something like that.
That he said that himself. He said it's gonna be 8 rounds of pain. So it
Mm.
seemed like he aiming for that particular round as well. And
Mhm.
I share a similar opinion to you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a lot of the ethnicity definitely play a part. They definitely try and sell the Puerto Rico versus Mexico thing. I
Yeah,
even see like Puerto Ricans criticizing it, like, yo, don't attach Puerto Rico to that. Like a lot of people, they
yeah,
against this fight in general. But regardless, we can't change who he is. He's a Puerto Rican, just like myself. So I
right,
mean, you can't ignore that fact right there. So I
right.
see what they got going on. But in terms of Edgar Berlanga, there's a lot of question marks around him and what he could actually do against somebody like Canelo Alvarez. Because like you say, he did face lower level opposition. And he did have some underwhelming performances against those guys. So now it's like you jumping into the big leagues against one of the most experienced guys, and not just his division in the boxing world in general. So it's
Right,
like, what can you do that, you know what I mean? Elite guys that went up against Canelo couldn't do. You know
right.
what I mean? So, obviously he got power, definitely a knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? But it take more than that to beat like a seasoned vet like Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I see exactly what you're saying. So you know what I mean? I also see, and I wanted to get your opinion on this too. They had asked Edgar Berlanga on what actually separates him from, Canelo's previous opponents, like the Triple G's, the Erislandy Laras. And
yeah.
he said that the IQ. He said the
Mm.
IQ. Then he went on to say, like, at the elite level is all about the IQ. And I felt like that was, the right answer. But how do we know that he actually possesses that IQ? You see what I mean? What do you think
Right.
about
I think what he's doing is he's going with the popular answer right now. We hear that a lot if you think about it. We hear IQ, IQ. What's his IQ like? That's everybody's thing now. Well, he doesn't have IQ. You know what I mean? But for Edgar Berlanga to say that is kind of like I think he just needed something to say. I'm only saying that because how could you say that and you haven't been in there with a Caleb Plant, you haven't been in there with a Karan Davis, you haven't been in there with David Benavidez, you haven't been in there with guys like that. So what I'm trying to say is just IQ hasn't really been tested. Now, when they did throw you in there with a little bit better fighters, you went the distance with them. There's nothing wrong with going the distance, but you struggle and your IQ really didn't show in those fights. So how can we trust you when it comes to IQ with this fight? You know what I mean? So that's why I think it was just something to say. I don't think he really believed that. I think he just it sound good, and it's like, all right, I'm working on some new shit, so I'm gonna bring that new shit to the table. But what we gotta remember is when you working on something that you haven't really exercised, it's going to be new to you. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna feel natural when you get in the ring when he try whatever it is he plan on trying.
Right. And I think in all honesty, I think it's all dependent on the fighter, but most likely it's gonna take more than one training camp to really get some shit installed,
Right.
in your brain. You feel what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. So, we got that out the way right now. What do you think about the co-main event that's following that, man? Danny Garcia, Philadelphian, just like us, going up against, Erislandy Lara. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great matchup because it's like one of the matchups you never thought you would see. You know what I mean? Like, because I think when Danny was fighting at 47 and 40, 40 and 47, Lara was at 54. You know what I mean? So it
Right.
wasn't like it was something that was talked about. And then when Lara, I think he lost a couple in a row, and then he came back. And then he started fighting at 60. Danny was still kind of fucking around at 47, but then he came back and forth at 54. And then it's like now, all right, they fighting at 60. It's like you never seen it coming. But when you think about the matchup, it's a great matchup because of the styles. You know what I mean? Lara coming with the Cuban style, him being older now, he can't move like he once used to, but he still got a little bit of shit with him, and he been knocking people out. Danny, on the other hand, we've been watching Danny knock people out his whole career. Well, not everybody, but for most of his career, he been catching great knockouts. But then in his last fight with Benavidez, he put on a boxing lesson. So this is what makes it interesting. Now, I mean, now we talk about at 160 pounds. Does Danny have the punch to be able to keep Lara off of him? Is Lara going to be slick enough to keep Danny off of him? Is Danny going to go after him? Is Danny going to box? It's a lot of questions in this fight, and that's why I like the fight. And at the same time, I think it's a great fight for both of the fighters because they're not going in there with this big young horse. It's two seasoned horses that, you know what I mean, they both know what it's like to run. And now they're running up against each other. It's going to be a great match. I think that's a great match.
Yeah, I think that when like Danny was at 140, 147, he played the counter puncher role a lot. And then when he went up against Jose Benavidez, it was like his output was a lot better. He was punching in
Yeah.
combinations. He did put on a boxing clinic. It was a pretty it was a different side of Danny Garcia we wasn't really accustomed to seeing. And I heard about Danny like showing his tricks like in sparring and stuff like that. But he actually put it on full display when he actually fought. So Erislandy Lara, like you said, he not using his legs how he used to. It might be just him just getting up in age, and
Right.
now it's like he a bona fide like sniper now. So it's
Right.
like he's sitting down on them punches and he's getting some highlight reel knockouts as of lately. So there's definitely a lot of questions. Some of the questions that's on my mind, in all honesty, is like how's Danny Garcia punch resistance? He got one of the best chins. Yeah, 140, 147. I seen him get hit by prime Lucas Matisse, prime Thurman, and was able to
Right.
stay up to it really well. Him being, this is at a catch weight, but this is, technically a middleweight bout. So
Right.
how is he going to be able to take a punch from a man, you know what I mean? Like somebody like Erislandy Lara, who's been knocking shit out lately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to see if Danny's going to actually be the aggressor. Is he still going to show that high volume punching that he was displaying with Jose Benavidez? And
Right.
it's definitely a great fight. And to be honest with you, I think they both like at the tail ends of their career, in all honesty. So I think they at the right point in their careers. You know what I mean? And I don't really know what's gonna happen. You see what I mean? So it's definitely
Right.
a good fight.
Yeah.
So somebody else who's also on the card is Rolly Romero, right? Rolly Romero, I don't know exactly too much on who he's fighting. In all honesty, I seen he had like a high knockout ratio and stuff like that. But I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I watched film on him because I didn't. But
Right.
I did catch a particular interview from Rolly Romero, and he has said something along the lines that he don't want to be taking punches for too much longer. It just sounds like Rolly Romero isn't in the exact mind frame where he really cares to box for much longer. When you hear fighters, you're a current fighter as far as I understand. You've been in there, you know exactly what the fighter mentality is. So with that being known, when fighters typically have that mindset or they start speaking that way, do you take that as a negative sign? Do you take that as like you neutral about it? How do you feel when fighters start speaking from that perspective?
I don't take it as a negative sign only because you can do whatever it is you want to do with your life. And boxing is a tough sport and motherfuckers be getting hurt. You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear about these kids dying in the ring. You know what I mean? That's like the worst part when you be hearing about these dudes get injured or get or they die in the ring. The thing is though, if you're gonna continue to do it, I don't think that's the attitude to have because you already looking for a way out. You're already looking for an exit plan. You know what I mean? When you're looking for an exit plan already, that's telling the fans your heart isn't all the way in it. You know what I mean? I think that's a decision you should make after you get out of the ring. You know what I mean? Don't sign for a fight and then be like, you know what though, I'm looking for a plan B, because then that's like telling us you might go in there and lay down. You know what I mean? Rolly has that factor that what's the how I want to say it, like he got that thing that make you want to watch him, even though we know he not the best skilled fighter, he not the the best in the world, but he got something about him that when you say his name, it's like, man, we gotta go check Rolly out. Let's go at least watch him. You know what I mean? And if you be real, his style is exciting. He trying to knock you out. You know what I mean? But to be honest, when you get knocked out, it's not a good feeling, you know what I mean? And it's not a good, I don't imagine it being good for your body. You know what I mean? You keep getting put out. So I think he's saying that because if that happens in this fight, you know what I mean? All right, that's it. I ain't gonna get too crazy.
Yeah, and then it's like it all happened like consecutively in terms of like the knockouts and stuff like
Right.
that. Like, it started with Gervonta, then we seen a sparring session with Ingram. Then
Yeah.
he barely got out of there with Barroso. Then
Right.
he fight Pitbull, and then he takes a lot of damage. So
Right.
yeah, he's probably at a point where it's like he probably remember when Victor Ortiz had that post fight interview. He was like, I don't know if I want to keep getting punched like this. And
Right.
I feel like Rolly's in that same type of mentality where it's like, yo, like, this shit, I'm making good money. You know what I mean? I'm getting big fights. I'm being put on a big stage, but I don't know if I could continue to deal with these types of situations. So that's probably where he's at. You know what I
Right.
mean? But Rolly is exciting, so I'm definitely gonna be watching because either he gonna be whooping ass or vice versa. Something might be happening to him. So
Yeah. Rolly is that villain that we learn to love. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. And
And
he's entertaining, man, inside and outside of the ring. So I think that's why the people they check in on him, whether they laughing at him or laughing with him, they tuning in. You feel what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with that. Now, what I also wanted to speak to you about was what was going on with Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? It seemed like he getting back in his bag. He took a little break after that last fight with Claggett or whatever, but he back in the scene and he telling you what he want. You see what I mean? Turki Alalshikh said he chalking the whole Terence Crawford Canelo stuff, which we're gonna get into a little bit after this. But he was saying how he wants Terence Crawford, man. He's been saying it for probably the last couple build-ups to his fights, and a lot of people are calling him crazy. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel like he in over his head. But this man even got his dad trying to walk down on Terence Crawford after the fight. They trying to
Right.
bring into the post-fight press conferences. Do you think at this point that they're serious, or do you think that like they're just doing this just to get their name attached to somebody who's a current topic? What do you think is going on with them?
I think it's both. I think it's both because in today's time you can do that. If I make a video and I say, fuck Jay-Z, and for whatever reason, people gonna want to see why. You know what I mean? They gonna want to see why I'm talking like that. So that's one thing. But then two, I think he's serious because that's what fighters do. Fighters fight. You know what I mean? And we gotta be honest. There's a lot of fights out there for Teofimo, but we don't know where his mind is with the sport. We don't know how long he planned on being around. If I'm gonna fight somebody where I can make a lot of money. Terence Crawford is that guy. You know what I mean? That's close to his weight class. Tank Davis is too, but we know Tank ain't trying to give up too much. Tank ain't coming up there in weight. And then if he do, you ain't gonna be coming in over 150 pounds, shit like that. So with Terence Crawford, you get a little more leniency. And I don't know if he think he could really beat Terence Crawford, but I think he really would fight him. And maybe if we think about it, he does rise to the occasion. When he fought Lomachenko, that was the best Teofimo, one of the best Teofimos you're gonna get. When he fought what was the English guy? When he
Josh
fought
Taylor.
Josh Taylor. When he fought Josh Taylor, he brought everything he had in his arsenal and he looked great. But then you fight a Claggett and you struggle. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't really know if to take how to take him serious or not. But I believe if it was Terence Crawford, he would train his ass off and get ready. You know what I mean? And he would look forward to it because of the money behind it. So I think he is serious.
Yeah, he just might be. You know what I mean? I think those big fights really make him get up and get in his bag. An honorable mention as well was the Richard Comey fight. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
thought he did sensational in that one. That was for his first
Hmm.
title. So yeah, you definitely got a point. He rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
Um, I do think Bud a different monster, but like you said, fighters fight, and I'm sure he would take on the challenge if it was presented to him. You see what I
Right.
mean? So yeah, a little bit of both. I can agree with that. So I know you in tune with what's going on. Turki Alalshikh had some words for Canelo. Canelo had some words for Turki Alalshikh. I think it pretty much started with a question that was given to Canelo. Canelo admitted, like, yo, Turki texted me yesterday, and he was saying how he wanted to make a Bud fight in February, but he wanted me to agree on the spot. And he was like, yo, like, I'm focused on this fight right now, not really worried about no other fight. And he pretty much said that he didn't like how the way Turki Alalshikh did business because he was being so demanding.
Right.
Now, I was kind of questioning what he meant by that, but I don't know if you've seen the video where there was like a leaked audio between Turki, Eddie Hearn, and Shakur Stevenson. Did you see that?
I seen a little bit of it, but I couldn't hear 100% what was happening.
Yeah, so like Turki walked up and he was like, "Yo," he told Eddie, he was like, "Hey man, did you talk to him about, you know what I mean, what we got planned?" And he was like, "Yeah, we gonna talk later." He's like, "I need to know now. Like, I need to know now." So that's probably how, that is kind of like a demanding thing when you be like, "I need to know right now. Like, forget later. I need to know right now." So
Yeah.
probably Canelo took it as like, "Man, like, I'm gonna give you my answer. Or I'm gonna give you my response whenever I'm ready." Canelo, he don't really like. He like to do things his way. I mean, he said he making 80% of everything that touches that arena
Yeah.
that he's in and stuff like that. So, he a stubborn dude. He like to do things his way. And if you don't like how the way he do it, then, he moving on from the situation.
Yeah.
So Turki Alalshikh went on and he said, this is what he said on Twitter. He said, "I heard what Canelo said, that he respects me, but doesn't like the way that we do business. As for him respecting me, it doesn't matter to me if he does or not. As for the way I do business," yeah, that was a little shot right there. "As for the way I do business, I know why he doesn't like it, because I only target big fights at fair prices. So, of course, anyone who likes easy fights won't like that." That's another shot.
Mm.
"And I know how he feels after losing to Bivol," another shot. So he's been looking for easier fights ever since.
Yeah.
Also, "I'm not the one who's afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford." Yo, he going there.
Yeah.
I didn't read that part right there. "Therefore, I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid. So I'm continuing my way to make big fights that serve the boxing world. And he's on his way to making easy, show-only fights."
Mm.
I don't know if you read that yourself, but what was your reaction when you heard that?
Well, me hearing it entirely was from you just reading it, but I understood it well. I think I think Canelo has fought to earn the right to fight who he want to fight, right?
Okay.
But then when we think about Turkey, we talk about a man who money is nothing. So he not used to hearing no. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then a lot of these fighters, no matter where they come from, when they come to America, they get Americanized. In America, money is everything to most people. You know what I mean? So he know if I throw the right number out there, ain't nobody gonna tell me no. But then for somebody to tell him no, it's like an insult. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna say out of his mouth, "Yo, it's an insult to tell me no. Do you know who I am?" He not gonna talk like that. But then from the things I just heard you read,
His
yeah,
reaction.
yeah, that's basically what he's saying. Like, don't nobody tell me no. You know what I mean? But if you gonna tell me no, all right, I know why. Here's why, and so on and so forth. So I think Turkey is good for boxing when it comes to making good fights, but I think he has to understand what these fighters go through and what they have been through, and not everybody is gonna jump for him because the guys you targeting is guys who already locked up in some sort of deal. You know what I mean? They already got business somewhere else. So for you to be like, I guess he don't want to fight nobody or this and that. Nah, that's not the case. This guy's been fighting for a long time. This guy has a lot of fights. This guy's been making a lot of money. So if you going, if you want to get him in the ring, he just letting you know this what it's going to cost. So I think both sides have a point.
Yeah, for sure. And now that I think about it, I haven't heard many people say no to Turkey. There hasn't
Right.
been many people. Like he was just talking about how Riyadh season just locked in top rank and Golden Boy back to back under the same umbrella. You know what I mean? Frank Warren said yes. Eddie Hearn said yes. All these top promoters are working with him. I feel like the only people that have really like, shot down Turkey was like two of the most popular guys that fight in the States, and that's Tank
Right.
and Canelo Alvarez. And he's
Right.
reacted negatively to both of them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because Tank was like, "Oh, he gonna have to send me like 2 Ferraris before I even think about." He said, "Man, I'll send you 2 boxing gloves. Why don't you like come fight them?" So he definitely be snapping back. He don't like hearing no. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it kind of makes sense because when you got this type of money and people are used to agreeing to what you put out there, then you can be a little,
Yeah, he gonna come off as pushy, but that's because see, it's not just that he's trying to show power. He's trying to get this shit done. Like he's trying to like, yo, come on, we got the dates, we got most of the fighters. Like, come on, and it's not even, and it's crazy because I'm not even hearing him say you got to sign with me. He just like, yo, fight this guy on my card. He like, I don't care about nothing else. I just want you to fight this guy on my card. Let's make another great card, which he just made a great card with Terence Crawford card. You know what I mean? So it's not like he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just he got to be careful with who he talking to though. He do.
yeah, he definitely for sure. So the rewind and go back to the Terence Crawford situation. Obviously, he just came off of a good competitive scrap against
Yeah.
Israel Majamov. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? I thought it was a great chess match, man. Both of them guys was thinking that it was high level boxing. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? So I enjoyed it thoroughly. But now, considering that Bud is the new WBA super welterweight champion of the world, where do you think he should go from here? The Canelo Alvarez fight is chalk. They told you that. So if you're managing Terence Crawford, you his advisor, or you just a boxing fan in general, you a big fan of Bud, whatever the case is, what direction do you want to see him going? Because 154 is really competitive. You see what I mean? We got some people that may come up from 47 to see him, like Boots or Teofimo willing to come up. Like
Yeah.
what direction would you steer Terence Crawford in?
I mean, here's the thing about boxing fans. At the end of the day, we're not going to deny great fights. So if you bring Tio up and Tio willing to do it, hey, we gonna watch it. If you put Bud and Jamel Charlo in the ring, hey, we gonna watch it. If you put Bud and the winner out of Fundora and Spence, we gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? If it's Bud and the winner out of Danny Garcia and Erislandy Lara, we gonna watch it. You know what I mean? So I would aim for some of those fights, the ones I just named. You know what I mean?
Which one you think is more captivating though? Like which one catch your attention the most? Cause
I think
you just named like 5 great fights. Which one stand out to you the most?
I think Jamel Charlo. The reason I think Jamel Charlo is because Jamel Charlo, for one, he's going to talk his shit, right?
Mhm.
At the same time, Jamel Charlo only got one stain on his record, well, two, because he lost to Tony
Tony.
Harrison too,
Mhm.
and then he lost to Canelo. So all right, we give him that, but he revenged the fight with Tony Harrison. He lost to Canelo, which is one of the best fighters in the world right now, top 3. You know what I mean? So, and then if you look at the size of Jamel Charlo, and then you look at the type of fight that Bud just had with Madrimov, shit, that's exciting when you think about him and Jamel. So I think that fight to me would be the best one. If you can't get Canelo, then that would be the best one for me.
Hey
Jamel.
man, I've been saying this. I love the Jamel Charlo versus Terence Crawford fight. Even after, and I've been saying this since after the Errol Spence fight. Even regardless of the situation that Jamel went through with Canelo Alvarez, I still feel like Jamel has a strong case for being the man of the division because nobody beat him while he was down there. Mind you,
Mhm.
he pretty much sacrificed them belts for that Canelo opportunity. But regardless, I still feel like he the man of the division. And it reminds me back to when Josh Taylor was a little bit inactive. I mean, he was stripped of all his belts, but at that time, nobody had beat him. And
Right,
Teofimo was like, yo, he the man of the division because even though they took his belts, nobody ever dethrone him for them titles. You see what I'm
right.
saying? So I feel like Jermel is in that same situation. And if they were to fight, that's a real exciting fight, man. Jermel, he's aggressive nonstop. He got one of the best, engines in the sport of boxing. I
Right.
feel like I think he'll definitely have Bud thinking in there. A lot of
Right.
there's gonna be some people, both of them gonna be punching with bad intentions. That's a great fight, man. So that's something that I've been wanting to see for a while. So yeah, that's
Hmm.
a fact. That's definitely a fact. Now You a trainer, right? You a trainer,
Right.
obviously. And this is a little bit of an older topic, but it's still relevant since Errol Spence's name was brought up. Um, I don't know all the details behind what happened between him and Derek James and stuff like that, but obviously he got a fight with Fundora. I haven't heard any trainers being named for in Errol Spence's corner and stuff like that. Who do you feel like? Because I think it's safe to say him and Derek James not, they just not seeing eye to eye right now.
Yeah.
If you were to look at Errol Spence's style, you know who he is. You watched him fight for years. Who do you think would be the perfect match for Errol Spence in terms of trainers that's out here right now?
Of course, I'm gonna say myself. I would love that.
I
I'm gonna say
like
my. I'm gonna say myself because I would love that challenge. I would love that challenge of going up against Fundora, and I would love the challenge of seeing where I could improve the improve aspects of Errol Spence game. You know what I mean? I would love that. But I think with his style, maybe Barry Hunter too with headbangers. Only reason I say because they got a thing with pushing. They like to push their fighters. You know what I mean? I don't always see great skills come out of there, but you always see that push. You always see them guys in tip top shape, things like that. So I mean, I don't know. The crazy thing is about boxing, you don't know who you would mesh with. You never know who you could get cool with or who you would learn from. You know what I mean? You never know who you would build a relationship with. So I mean, it could be anybody. It could be Freddie Roach. It could be a lot of guys. You know what I mean? Because Earl Spence, I feel like is one of them guys who would listen to you. You know what I mean? But you just got to catch his attention. You know what I mean? You got to really
yeah.
get hooked on with him, especially because he was under the Derrick James system for a long time. You know what I mean? So
And
whoever get the case, they got some work to do.
yeah, man. Yeah, that was a great answer, by the way. Shit, if you was able to get Earl, man, listen, man, I got a whole bunch of southpaw work
You know what I
from
mean?
of
That's how
need.
we do it. But that's how we do it.
Would love to see that, man. That's a great answer. But I was thinking about it, man. I think a Mexican. What do you think? A Mexican trainer for Earl?
I mean, if it had to be a Mexican trainer, then it would probably be Robert Garcia.
That's
Because
exactly what I'm thinking.
one thing about Robert Garcia, he know boxing. He was a fighter himself.
Hmm.
And he always got work. He always got work at his gym. I mean, whenever you go to his gym, he got at least 20 dudes in there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I that would be a good one too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But man, Greg, I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer, man. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer myself, man. I appreciate you coming through and showing love
Appreciate
to the
you.
channel, man. Y'all see the Cash App right there, Greggy Cash. If you want to show the man some support, man, one of the most knowledgeable dudes, not just in Philadelphia, but the boxing world in general. I mean, I've been
Mhm.
sitting back watching the channel for a long time, man. So I figure I'd bring you up. You feel what I'm saying? Why your son,
Appreciate you.
Jamil in the building? He
Mill,
said,
what's up, Mill?
is Nacho still training fighters? I have no idea.
Oh no, Nacho like 90.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nacho in the cut somewhere. He probably is.
he
Yeah.
probably is. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy though.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, man, I appreciate you coming through, man, and showing love to the channel. Of course, man, I'm looking forward to bringing you on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whenever we get a few more topics to get on and talk about, man. You
for
feel what I
sure.
mean? Shout out to everybody that was in the building that you was one of the most requested dudes, and you right up there. It was of course Boots,
Yeah,
Bo, Greg. So, I'm gonna run into Boots and Bo a little bit later on, but I had to get Greg on here. You know what I mean? Your name always in the comments and stuff like that. So I figured I'd bring you up, man. I appreciate you so much for coming through and showing love. You feel me? So yeah, man. I'll get at you a little bit later on, man. Once this
yeah,
boxing world get turning a little bit more, I'll be reaching out again. But I
for
appreciate
sure.
you very much, my brother. Thank you.
Hey, man, and you got a future in this shit too, man. This was a smooth interview.
I appreciate that, man. I've been trying, bro. I had Bomac on here. That was
Yeah,
a real favorite interview. I had Breadman. I'm trying. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm
no,
trying to do the commentary shit like you do. I'm trying. You know what I mean, trying to
yeah,
system just like you. You feel me? So,
my
yeah,
dog.
yeah. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, that's Greg Hackett, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That was a great, smooth interview, like he said, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and was supportive of the whole interview, man. That shit was smooth. It was definitely some great conversations on there, and I'm looking forward to bringing Greg back. Once the game develops some more things that's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Stop Motion said Nacho trains Ray Vargas. Okay, so Nacho's still around then. Definitely in the cut for sure. But I'm still in the building, man. I'm gonna be on here for like 10 more minutes. You feel what I mean? We spoke about Turki Alalshikh and Canelo having words. We talked about Teofimo Lopez calling out Terence Crawford. So while we got the remaining time on this live, we got 35 people in the building, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in. And let's have some open topics, man. I'm going to open up the platform for everybody that came through, that wants to come through and express and talk some boxing, man. I'm going to put the link up in here for sure. For those of y'all who just coming in, shout out to my pop in the building. He said, good job. Appreciate that, Pop. Thank you, man. I'm trying. You feel what I'm saying? Let's talk, man. Let's chop it up. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what's on the people's minds. You feel what I mean? USA #1 said, Mark, you heard about Tio saying he will fight Boots. Yeah, but a lot of people say a lot of shit. You feel what I'm saying? But, do I think Teofimo will fight Boots? Maybe, because, Tio is kind of a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? He might fight Jaron Ennis. Fighters fight at the end of the day. But, do I really think that, that's his first avenue? Absolutely not. I think that he'll approach Brian Norman way before he'll, approach Jaron Ennis. That's just what I personally believe. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want to see exactly how I'm going to say this. I think he'll approach Brian Norman before he faces Jaron Ennis. But then I was hearing, this just came to my mind. I was hearing that Teofimo turned down the Brian Norman fight because they was trying to have him fight on a Friday instead of a Saturday. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. That was just something that I had seen on social media. People was talking and shit like that, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. There's a lot of people talking. There's a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Stop Motion MMA says Teofimo Sr. was drunk talking about Crawford on Punch Drunk. Yo, first of all, man, I never even heard of that dude. That Punch Drunk dude, I don't know. I don't really be in tune with media outlets, all like that. I listen to the knowledgeable dudes like YSM. I listen to Greg Hackett, 78 Sports TV, whenever he felt like talking boxing and shit like that. You feel what I mean? I listen to them type dudes. I don't really be listening to these Twitter. I be feeling like the YouTube boxing community and the Twitter boxing community, I feel like they two separate worlds, bro. I don't know if I'm tripping. I don't know, but like there's people that I see on YouTube that never be on Twitter, and then I see people on Twitter that I've never seen on YouTube. So y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like they just two totally different like atmospheres. You feel what I mean? And they be talking about different shit. They get into different topics. You know what I'm saying? He said Punch Drunk is one of those Mino Black. Man, those the worst motherfuckers right there, bro. The Puerto Rican ones, the Dominican ones, all of them, bro. They the worst, bro. Mino Black. I was like, no, bro, you look just like him. No, Mino Black. Bro, that shit is crazy to me. Stop Motion MMA says YouTube boxing community way more peaceful. I definitely agree with that. I feel like whenever I go on Twitter, the shit be chaotic, bro. And there definitely be some chaotic shit on here, but for the most part, it seems like Twitter they be bugging, bro. They be getting mad personal and talking about. I seen somebody tell Sean Zattel, you know what I mean, that dude that used to be on Fight Hype and now he got his own channel, that he was gonna smack the shit out of him when he seen him. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? What? Sean Zattel, one of the most cordial, cool motherfuckers on the boxing world. Why is you talking crazy like that? You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. That should be a little bit out of control on there. Sometimes they be mentioning me and they be saying wild shit, bro. I just be ignoring them, bro. I don't even be on that type time. You feel what I mean? This is all new information y'all telling me about, dude. Like I said, I never even heard of him. Davon Dawkins says self-hate. Absolutely. That's exactly what that is. You know what I mean? They were taught that, you know what I mean, being black is inferior. They were taught that, you know what I mean, the darker you are, the more ashamed that you should be of yourself. You feel what I mean? They made it seem like, having melanin is not cool. You feel what I mean? They was brought up to feel like the lighter the skin, you know what I mean, the more value you have. So, it's definitely a lot of self-hatred out here and not wanting to come to grips with reality. You know what I mean? A lot of delusion. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. That he not gonna be the first one. He wasn't the first one. He ain't gonna be the last one. It is what it is. But I mean, I ain't trying to dwell on, talking about these personalities and shit like that. You feel what I mean? Yeah, Sean Sattel don't be really on that. And the boy is threatening to like harm this man just because he had an opinion on Turki Alalshikh or whatever. I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, is it really that deep, y'all? Like, is it really that deep to be threatening a man because of a boxing opinion? Bro, I be getting all types of threats in my comment section. Oh, wait till I see you, nigga. Oh, wait till I see you, nigga. Yeah, yeah. When I see, bro, you bet, man. You step out that boxing gym, man. Yo, when I see you, man. I'm like, bro, get this nigga some food, some sleep, or something. That nigga is irritated. You know what I mean? You too tired, you too hungry, you too stressed. You got something going on, my brother. Like you gotta calm down. Get that boy some trim. You know what I'm saying? Get that boy some trim. You feel me? But nah, y'all. So let's talk, man. What we got going on here? You know what I mean? What's going on in the boxing world? Did I cover everything that I needed to cover, man? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job with covering what's currently going on in the sport, man? What did I leave out? You know what I mean? Next time I get an interview with one of these guys, man, I'm going to have y'all, you know what I mean, ask some questions for the John. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We definitely going to do that for sure, for sure. But did I cover everything I needed to cover, y'all? Let me know. How did y'all like the interview? Was it cut too short? You know what I mean? That was about like a 50-minute interview, though. Oh, Ortiz and Bohachuk. Damn, I definitely missed out on that one. Shit. I feel like it, but on some real shit, y'all, let's just keep it 1,000. Like the hardcore boxing fans is talking about it as they should, but that fight's not really being promoted all like that, man. Like people are still talking about Bud and Madrimov. You feel what I mean? I feel like if it was promoted properly, like there people talking about Canelo Berlanga, they still criticizing Bud for his performance. You see what I mean? That's an amazing fight. That was an amazing fight. Let's not get it wrong. But like, no, I'm saying stylistically, Ortiz and Bohachuk, that's a great stylistic matchup. It's going to be a war. You know what I'm saying? But they not doing their job. And as far as I'm concerned, Virgil Ortiz promoter is Oscar De La Hoya. So Oscar De La Hoya over here putting videos out, shitting on this guy, shitting on that guy. You know what I'm saying? Talking crazy about Shakur, talking crazy about Canelo still. How about promoting your own fighter? How is Bull still not packed up? Who you talking about? Who you talking about, Coffee Plant? Who you talking about? You talking about Hood Rich? Yeah, I remember Hood Rich was talking greasy the one time. He was talking crazy on somebody's chat. You know what I mean? I don't know though. I don't know. You said boy in the chat. There's a whole bunch of people in the chat, bro. What you talking about? Yeah, bro. Like De La Hoya got a whole fight coming up between Bohachuk and Virgil Ortiz. And, you know, obviously it's a fight that we know about. We talking about it, right? But, you know, it's being overshadowed by previous fights and fights that are happening later down the line. It's fight week for that fight. I believe they're fighting this Saturday, I believe, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, let me check to, verify that. But it's like there's no reason why this shouldn't be the topic of discussion right now. Where are the interviews? Like what's going on? Where's Oscar De La Hoya at? Why he not doing any interviews? Yeah, this fight is going on the 10th, y'all. This is in 3 days, and they have done little to nothing to promote this fight right here. And this is a significant fight, man. You know what I'm saying? The WBC interim title is on the line. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like what we doing? Like, why isn't this fight being bigged up? This is the biggest fight of Virgil Ortiz's career. This is the biggest fight of Virgil Ortiz's career. You know what I'm saying? This is probably the most significant belt that he has fought for thus far. You know what I'm saying? He in there with the most dangerous opponent, in my opinion, so far in his career. There's a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, feel like Bohachuk gonna upset Virgil. So this needs to be promoted. You feel what I mean? This needs to be promoted. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. You know, Oscar De La Hoya, he quick to talk about other people, and he talking about Cepeda and all this other shit. Meanwhile, Cepeda don't even got a fight lined up. You talking more about Cepeda than you are about Virgil, and Virgil about to fight in 3 days. You feel me? I ain't see no Virgil promo. Me neither. Said Pro Box is promoting Ortiz versus Bohachuk better than Golden Boy, and Pro Box don't probably got a single dollar that's being put into that promotion. You know what I'm saying? That's sad. That's sad, bro. Like that's how you know like your promoters don't really fuck with you all like that. And, you know, Oscar De La Hoya has been criticized for a promoter for a long time. Canelo Alvarez had exposed him multiple times. You know, talking about how Triple G almost had to sue him to get the money. You know what I'm saying? The things that Oscar De La Hoya has said. You know, I'm not even gonna forget what Oscar and Bernard did to, you know, a Philadelphia fighter that they had at one point, and then he lost one fight and then they dropped him. They did that to Damon Allen. Y'all probably don't even know who Damon Allen is. He was a pretty sharp fighter from Philadelphia. He had came up short in one of his bouts. His name is Dame Allen Jr., I believe. Let me find him real quick. He was signed with Golden Boy at one particular time. His record right now is 16-2 with one draw, right? So he had lost to somebody by the name of Jonathan Navarro, right? 14-0. They fought at the Avalon. You know what I mean? And, you know, prior to that, you know, he was an undefeated fighter. He was doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? He lost one fight. They just dropped him right away. You know what I mean? They didn't even give him a chance to redeem himself. And look, man, I can't tell nobody how to, you know, promote their fighters or what to do with their fighters and shit like that. You feel what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, man. And, you know, at this point in time, I don't even know why they not promoting Virgil Ortiz, because it seemed like that's the last motherfucker that they got left. That's that has any type of talent. You know, Ryan Garcia gonna be on the shelf till April, but you already know he about to dip from Golden Boy in due time. You know what I'm saying? He over here going crazy, snorting coke and drinking. You know, he gonna crash out in due time. You feel what I mean? Jaime Munguia, he did one. He cashed. They cashed him out, and Jaime Munguia stepped away and signed with Top Rank. Canelo left him, of course. Like who else is really out there? They better hope that Floyd Schofield, you know, is promising. You know what I mean? As he continues to move up. But like a lot of these dudes that they took the time to build up and shit, they walking away from them. You feel what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Yeah, that's another great point, Anonymous. Like Oscar ain't putting Cepeda in with any smoke yet. Unless, you know, Turki Alalshikh give them a certain amount of money. Listen, if Turki Alalshikh put up the right bread, they'll cash out Cepeda. They will cash out Cepeda. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. And Alexis Roca, he not anybody significant that a lot of people talking about right now. He got ability, he got talent, he beat Blair and shit like that. But you know, they don't really, what I'm trying to say is they don't really got much star power over in their stable right now. I think that's pretty safe to say. And the ones that was, you know, either stars or on their way to being stars, they don't walk away, or they occupied with other shit right now. They caught up in other things. Ryan Garcia is not worried about boxing right now. The only time he worried about boxing is when, you know, like fighters are getting certain, you know, they overshadowing him. You know what I mean? Whenever there's a popular fighter fighting or whatever, he'll say some crazy shit about them to try to get some attention. People ignore him, and then he just goes on tirades on social media. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see something right here. Let me see. Somebody had asked me a question about Greg. Let me see. Glizzy said, Mark, why you apologize to Greg? Well, to get into specifics, there was a point in time, this was like 2018, 2019. So I was about 20. I'm going to say I was about 19 or 20 at the time. And we had a fighter by the name of Rashid Johnson. He actually fighting pretty soon. Shout out to Rashid. But at that time, he was one of our fighters. He was going up against somebody by the name of Demetrius Williams. You feel what I mean? Let me see something real quick. Greg Hackett, he said good shit. But he said, nigga, stop the cap. You was 38. Nigga, Slime, you look older than me, you fucking stubby neck ass nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Every time you blow that hookah out your fat ass mouth, you look like you get older, nigga. Fuck you mean, nigga. But anyway, now I was about 19 at the time, you know, filled with fucking testosterone, bro. I was doing my own thing with the boxing shit and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? I used to talk a whole lot of shit. And, you know, Greg, You know what I mean? He was talking his talk. We had gotten into it. That shit had spilled over to social media. You know what I mean? We went back and forth. He blocked me on social media and shit like that. And I remember at one time we was at the Fillmore and we had gotten into a little verbal, altercation. Didn't get physical or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like we was having like genuine problems and shit. I was a young dude at the time. Looking back on it, I'm like, yo, that shit was unnecessary, man. And Greg done grew a lot since then. I grew a lot since then. We both got some pretty solid. His platform. I think he got over 10K subscribers. You feel what I mean? And there was a lot of I wouldn't say necessarily like animosity, but we had a history of going back and forth. So I brought him on here, and I just ain't want to ignore the fact that we had previous like situations. So before we got into the talk, man, I just figured that I would apologize and shit like that. I'm sure it's not something he really remembered too much of, but the thing is, I remember it. And I felt like there was times where I was in the wrong or I just said too much. Being older now, shit don't really be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you that young, bro, people act like you an adult, but you still got childish ways about you. And I'm growing each and every day. So it might be some shit I do today that I'll look back 4 years from now and be like, yo, that shit was corny. So it is what it is. Oscar de la Paz said, what do you recommend for building conditioning for competing? Well, you gotta put a lot of work in, man. Like everything you do in boxing, contributes to your conditioning. So I would recommend like really to 10, 15 minutes on the jump rope. Get that shadow boxing in at least 6 rounds, do push-ups in between. You know what I'm saying? I would say when you're doing bag work, man, try to do 4 to 6 rounds straight with no breaks. You know what I'm saying? And if you do use like a boxing clock, the last 30 seconds, go all out. Load up on your punches. You know what I'm saying? When you spar, work on your volume. You know what I mean? Work on, and then when you shadow box, use your legs. You know what I mean? Because you wanna have that reassurance that your legs are conditioned to move for however many rounds you compete in. Outside of the gym is very important too. You gotta make sure you're getting the proper rest, because if you're not well rested, you can be burnt out. And overtraining is just as bad as undertraining. So you gotta get that rest in. You gotta make sure you eating clean. You're not eating no shit that'll slow you down. You feel what I mean? You gotta find the right diet for you. Road work, man. Running is a very important thing to have, to improve your conditioning. Not only is it great for your physical conditioning, but your mental conditioning as well. You know what I mean? You get a good long running, it'll definitely test your mental, build up your mental fortitude, all that good shit. And at least once or twice a week, man, push yourself on them sprints. Whether you're doing it on a hill, whether you're doing sprints on the track, that'll open your lungs up, get the heart rate up, and get you in fantastic shape. So the answer is, bro, just really go hard in your workouts in the gym. Have a clean lifestyle. That should have definitely helped you out in the long run, because we seen what unhealthy lifestyles, we seen the effect that it'll have on fighters inside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? So eat clean, sleep well, rest well, prioritize your recovery just as much as you prioritize your training. And push yourself to the limit when you hitting the bag, when you sparring. If you don't leave the gym tired, bro, you're doing something wrong. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope that helps you out. You know what I mean? And of course, you got to have the proper, trainer in your corner to make sure, so they know when to push you and when to fall back. You feel what I mean? I did an interview with Bomac, and he said, there'd be days where he feel like fighters need rest, and they come into the gym all sore and tired, and he be like, yo, bro, we not even going to train today. And they be sitting there playing cards, bro. You know what I mean? Because if you feel like they getting pushed too much physically, just give them some shit to, keep their mind working. You know what I mean? Keep their mind going. So not only are they doing physical workouts, but he pushing the mental as well. We're giving them shit to think about. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see something real quick. Coffee Plant said, Mark, what is your thoughts on Crawford saying 154 is hard to make at the weigh-ins? Will 60 be his max? I think 154 will be his max. And I think people were they were overthinking exactly what he was saying. Every time you do a weight cut, man, it's a sacrifice and it's hard. cutting weight is not easy at all. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford, you know what I mean? He's a dude who probably walks around mid-70s to probably, low 80s, if I had to guess. But I'm going to say he walk around 170, 175. You feel what I mean? So when you do that walk around weight and you in camp and you getting, 20 pounds off, that's a tough thing to do. You got to sacrifice. You got to, you got to let go of them cookies. You might have to leave them on fucking, honey buns alone. I fuck with honey buns and shit like that. Oh, shit. We got a special guest in the motherfucking building. Yo, what's going on, my brother?
You fuck with a good honey bun?
Oh, yeah. I fuck with honey buns heavy. I had a whole box. And, my mom had dropped some off. I think, late last week. All them bitches gone, bro. It's probably a good ton in that motherfucker. I had plastic. I had the wrappers all over the place and shit, man. That is a bad joint.
You put it in a microwave or just straight out the wrapper?
It depends on how I feel.
It depends on if you want to get fancy or not.
if I'm feeling a little, you know what I mean? If I'm feeling a little bougie, I probably put that bitch in the microwave for 6 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel.
I got you. What's going on, yo?
Nah, I'm maintaining, bro. I just chopped it up with Greg, and you know what I'm saying? We on here just chopping it up before I get up out of here. What's going on with you?
Ain't shit. Yeah, I was watching the joint. You did really good. You doing your fucking thing, man.
Yo, and that was off the cuff. I was so busy today, bro. I was at work, and I was like, yo, bro, I want to make sure this shit goes smooth, so I'm gonna write some shit down. That's what I did with Bomac, bro. I had a big ass piece of paper, and I just wrote all this shit down. And I was like, you know what, bro? Me and Greg, we from the same city. We know each other a little bit. I said, man, I ain't even about to write now. We gonna freestyle this shit. So I did what I could. I probably could have came up with a little bit more shit, but it was. He said it was pretty smooth. He just wrote me. He said good shit. So yeah, that shit was pretty dope. So whenever the boxing world come up with some new events and shit, I probably bring them back and we chop it up type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, you know what fucks me up is people don't know. Like you got the dudes on here that get respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not hating on nobody out there. I just feel like people fall in different categories. Yeah. You got people on here that never leave their fucking crib that get a lot of respect from guys, from these fans. And them motherfuckers who are actually really in boxing, right? That they treat like they don't know what the fuck they talking about. For anybody watching, Mark is really he's one of the youngest trainer, if not the youngest trainer I've ever come across, yo. Only dude that I know that was training dudes at your age was probably G. And I think Bo was training dudes young.
Nah, Bo is definitely training dudes young because he stopped boxing.
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm being disrespectful. Fred Jenkins. Fred Jenkins had world champions by the time he was your age. So that's a great company. That's a great company, though, yo.
Yeah. That's gangster shit, bro. Having world champions at my age, bro, that's gangster, bro. I fuck with that. But nah, yeah, for sure. That's facts though, bro. I'll be seeing people they be dudes like you said. I ain't gonna mention no names, but these dudes don't got a bit of boxing experience at all, bro. I'll be watching these same dudes hit bags and shit, and I'm like, yeah, he don't even know how to step into a jab type shit. This dude ain't never been in the gym in his life. He punching on a LA Fitness bag and shit. And you know what I mean? People be really respecting these dudes' boxing opinions. Yo, bro, you watch this dude? No, I don't. I don't. But then it'd be the real solid, like Greg's solid, bro. Regardless of what you say about his pro career and shit, bro, he been through it, bro. That dude is he different, bro. He actually done been through. He could tell you some shit that you can never relate to, and he really done made them walks. You feel what I'm saying? Something that I could say I've genuinely never done. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, but. You know what I mean? You gotta respect motherfuckers like Greg, and the fact that these clown ass motherfuckers on here be getting more attention, and these dudes, this should be blowing my mind, bro.
Yo, it's the theatrics though. This shit is the love and hip hop of boxing. I don't know what fans are looking for, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, I want to learn about the sport. When I was just a fan, I wanted to learn. I want to know how this works, how that works, how to do this, how to do that. What really goes on. I don't need motherfuckers doing voices and, but with a whole like I don't need the love and hip hop shit where you talking about who a dude married to and you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, Devin Haney, you know he's such a bitch, or Canelo Alvarez is such a like yo, y'all like this shit?
Bro, you know I had, and it was like it was a chant, it was a Instagram account. It had no followers and shit like that. It was like, bro, you need to talk about, and it had everything to do that had nothing to do with boxing, bro. Why you don't never talk about they was talking about, tell me to talk about like Gervonta going to jail, Jared Anderson. I said, bro, nigga, is this TMZ, my nigga? Like we don't get into that, bro. Bro, I'm not putting nobody mugshot on my page, bro. Ain't no, bro. I don't care about none of that. Now I can make a video like, bro, you need to tighten up for the best of your career. But I ain't about to be sitting here and be like, yo, did you just see this dude just got arrested for a DUI? And did you see that he slapped his wife? And bro, don't nobody give a fuck about none of that. That shit got nothing to do with me, bro. Even if it was true, even if all these allegations were true, that's not for me to really speak about, bro. This is not Mazuma Entertainment. Like this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not doing none of that.
Yo, I used to cover that stuff. I used to try to shoot the dude's bail. Now I don't even talk about it because I don't know the situation, right?
Yeah.
Like when dealing with domestic issues, shit gets murky, right? I don't know what went on. I wasn't there. So I'm not going to act like I'm a fucking expert, right? All I know is, you know, hopefully they work it out. You know, if they are having issues, they seek help for the sake of their relationship and for the sake of the kids and for the sake of their livelihoods going forward, right? But yo, man, these niggas are these weird as shit, yo. And then you got Latinos who's racist against other Latinos, and dudes is cool with it. Like I'm not a Latino, but I don't want to hear you rant about Mexicans for an hour, bro. I'm black, but still, I don't like that. I got Mexican homies. Like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear your racist fucking rants. I don't need that. Right? Either talk about boxing or shut the fuck up, yo.
That's a tight time I be on, bro. Like, bro, if you're not talking about the sport, and then even when they do talk about boxing, they not really telling you shit neither, though. Like, it just be like, yeah, copy, and you could tell they just copy and paste with like, you know, like, oh, motherfuckers say like, oh, you know, he needs to, you know, he sets traps really good, and you know, he his jab, he understands range real well in the distance, the range.
Yo.
Bro, you don't, bro. Explain what you talking about, bro. Like you don't. Bro, I could tell that you just copy and paste what other niggas say.
Yeah, all you did was watch 10 minutes of a boxing gym podcast. And that's all you did. Shouts out to boxing gyms, but that's all they did, yo. Now all of a sudden they expert.
He need to put his foot outside of the other guy's foot, and like, oh my fucking god, I'm like, all right, bro. I don't even be listening to these dudes, bro. Like I said earlier, bro, I watch YSM because I appreciate the interviews, and whenever you feel like talking boxing, I like to watch Greg. There's a few other channels that I tune into, like this dude 78 Sports. I like to watch like his old school debates, you know what I'm saying? And whenever he feel like getting in his boxing bag, I'll watch that. But like for the most part, bro, I don't be tuned into none of these dudes, bro. None of them. They be trying to invite me to come on their channels, bro. But when I go on these channels, and Claymore Rain, I listen to Claymore Rain too. Shout out to Claymore. But like these dudes, like I'll hop on these dudes' channels and they be like, yo, man, so what you think about this dude? You know what I mean? He's saying this, but you know, I'm like, bro, these niggas don't be talking about nothing, bro. And I'll be going on. I went on this one dude platform. I forgot his name. Y'all probably know in the comments. The dude was literally sitting there and talking about how like Shakur don't understand range, and he what the fuck he said? He said that Shakur struggles with his range offensively, and I'm like, yo, what do you think? What do you think that means? Like struggling with your range offensively? Oh well, he wasn't letting his hands go. I said, I mean, yeah, he could have let his hands go more, but, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's struggling with his range offensively. Then I pull up the stats. Like, Shakur was landing like 45% of his power punches. I'm like, I don't really think he's struggling with his range offensively. It sounded like he was hitting the ball whenever he felt like it. He just wasn't doing it enough. He was like, nah, bro, you know, struggling with your range offensively has more than one meaning. I'm like, bro, all right, bro. Like, at this point, I just be letting niggas say whatever. I'll just be agreeing with them. Like, all right, bro, you got it. You can't tell these dudes nothing, bro.
Yo, I feel like everybody has a place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see from more of my contemporaries is more love than hate, though. Right? If every time I go on your fucking channel, it's about how you hate this fighter or how you hate this fight coming up, then why the fuck are you covering something that you hate, bro? Just don't watch. Don't cover it. Don't talk about it. Like, let's get back to loving the fucking sport. All you hear about is what these fighters can't do. Okay, well, what the fuck can they do? Right? Like, what did you start watching boxing for? Like, from the jump. Like, what did you start watching boxing for? Do you love it? Okay, if you love it, let's talk about the shit that you love about it. Give me a good fight. Shit, Pro Box, they doing a whole bunch of good fights down there. Whole bunch of 50-50 fights, right? That don't come with the bullshits and the politics. Talk about that.
Yeah. But you know, that's a little bit too much for them, man. That's a little bit too much for them. They can't keep it positive. That's not where they heart at. You feel what I mean? So whenever you keep it positive, they feel uncomfortable about it. They ain't where they heart at.
I want to talk about a fight that's getting a lot of criticism, right? All right, Edgar Berlanga, Canelo Alvarez, right? Does it deserve some criticism? Of course. We want to see Canelo Alvarez face David Benavidez, right? That's the fight that we want to see. David Benavidez has earned that fight. Canelo Alvarez hitting with a bunch of skibbity-bibbity, right? I know what he's looking for. He's looking for a cash out, right? Because it is a tough fight. Now, has Canelo Alvarez taken tons of fucking tough challenges? Yes, he has, right? Yeah. He took fights. He gets criticism. And for some fights, he deserves it. But it can't be all criticism and it can't be all love. Because he didn't have to fight Erislandy Lara. He did, though. Right? He moved up to fight Triple G. Right? So he took some tough fights at times where it wasn't to his advantage. Edgar Berlanga, it's not the worst fight in the world, but it's nowhere near the best. And am I still intrigued by it? Yeah, because I still haven't seen Edgar Berlanga put it all together. If you watch Edgar Berlanga as an amateur, he was a pure boxer. Then he gets to the pros, and now he put them tens on, and he cracking dudes upside their head, and they wobbling all over the place. Now, Edgar Berlanga he's underdeveloped. And here's why. It's not necessarily his fault. When you get 16 first-round knockouts, right? A lot of those knockouts occurred 1 minute, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, right? So his development in 22 fights, he really got the rounds of a guy that fought 10 fights. And I think that's being overlooked. It's like when you get those first round knockouts, like, yeah, it's good for your buzz, but you need the rounds, like you need to make the adjustments. You need to see all those styles for you to become a better fighter. And I felt like that stunted his growth a little bit. So I'm waiting to see the boxer mixed with the puncher. Could that be on September 14th? It could. He got a good trainer, Mark Ferrite, really good trainer.
I never heard of dude. No disrespect, but I never heard.
Mark's a good he got shit popping now. He a New York dude, moved to Tampa. He got a lot of young killers, right? That you gonna start to see in probably like a year or two. Right? Okay. They right there in that 14, 15 fight stage, 15-0.
He warming up right now. That's what you said. Okay. Yeah, no disrespect. I just never heard of him.
Yeah, but Mark's definitely a good trainer. And then, he had a trainer in the amateurs that, brought him up, Eric Roman. So, bro, he got dudes. Like he has an IQ. Like when he's talking about his IQ, he has it. He just got away from it because like most dudes do, man. They crack that dude upside their head, they start wobbling around. Dudes don't even know that Danny's IQ is high as shit. Danny was a great amateur boxer.
Yeah.
all they know is the no look left hook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see this fight. Do I think Canelo stops him? Yeah. I think it's a crazy experience, Gat. But do I think Edgar is going to pose some problems in that fight before he get knocked out? Yeah. He's a big ass kid, bro.
Mills said all that to say, do I think Canelo gonna stop him? Yeah.
I got to keep it a beam, bro.
No, it was funny though. No, it's definitely there's a lot of question marks around Berlanga. It is what it is. You know, he got some good qualities, but you know, like I was just saying with Greg on here, it's a lot of question marks around him, like in terms of like, you know, we seen him in there with like low tier opposition in comparison to Canelo. You see what I mean? And he's had some underwhelming performances. So what's going to give me the reassurance or the confidence that he's going to present problems to probably the most experienced fighter actively in boxing right now? You see what I mean? That's where the problem lies for me. And I feel like I'm not being unrealistic when I think that way. Now, you know, this is boxing. Anything could happen. And I do think he has the power to, you know, probably do some shit to Canelo. But at the same time, you know, I don't know, bro. I just feel like Canelo gives me a lot more reassurance than Edgar Berlanga. And that's just what it is for me.
I'm just tired of dudes talking about Edgar like he's a fucking turkey. Edgar's not a turkey.
Man,
he's down on
turkey. Yeah,
he's
I'm
not a turkey.
my
Don't do
Mexican
that.
flag. I'm waving my motherfucking.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mexican flag, man. Where can I get the Mexican flag at? Can I get it on Amazon?
Hey, yo, boxing is so funny because Edgar, right? Edgar's coming off of getting a stoppage against, you know, a dude we never really heard of, the boy Pedro McCory. But he looked good in the fight. My thing is, people get down on Edgar for still winning fights, though. He's just not getting explosive knockouts. No, I never seen dudes get so down on the dude still undefeated.
Yeah. But what my boy Loaded Lux say, man? When you know Loaded Lux?
Yeah, I know Loaded.
When he battled Calico, he says, "It's not how many fights you had, it's who you fought." That's what the problem.
Yo, legendary battle, bro. One of the greatest verses you will ever hear.
Yo, every time I like think of like a dude who I feel like unproven or ain't fight nobody, that verse pop in my head all the time, bro. He had a couple boxing bars on there too. That shit was hard. He said, "You Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, nigga, you just talk a good fight." Shout out to Loaded, bro. That's my fucking dude right there.
I think Edgar's going to get people's respect September 14th.
I think he's going to go out on his shield and they're going to fuck with him for that. That's what I think. But this the thing, though, because he's so unproven, right? If he just give Canelo a little bit of trouble, his stock going to shoot up the roof, bro.
Yo, I think he's going to have a round or two where he's going to look really good. But I think Canelo's pedigree, man. Like, dudes be talking like, is Canelo slowing down? Yeah. But he's still, like, his slow down is still better than 99% of the world.
That's what I was about to say. Canelo slowing down is still faster than motherfuckers high speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, their personal records. Like, him slowing down just a little bit, he's still going to get off on a majority of these dudes. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yo, he got to press him, though, right? Do not try to sit there and outbox him, right? Of course, you got to give him different looks. But I think he gotta take it to the mud with Canelo. You're the much bigger man. He a big-ass young boy. You're a much bigger man, right? You have to impose your will. You have to make him uncomfortable. If you have him just sitting there in that high guard peeking through, that's your ass.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact. And, you know, I was like just listening to Edgar Berlanga because, you know, most of the time I get a good idea of where somebody's mental at when they answer the way they answer certain questions. And when he started talking about the IQ and all that shit, like, bro, that's the right answer. But now you making me nervous because it's starting to make me feel like you're going to try to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to try to play chess with this man. And that's not something that I don't think he should be doing that. It's kind of like
No.
what people do with Floyd. When they fight Floyd, they want to sit there and prove that they could box with him. Or when they fought Loma, you know what I'm saying? Like, or when they fight Usyk, they just want to prove so bad that they could box with the man. And it's like, bro, you playing into that man's hands when you do that shit. So I had somebody ask me like, yo, if you was training Berlanga, what would you do? I'm like, yo, I would have him really working on his conditioning, bro. Like, I would really have him just working on his volume and like round by round, just make it your business to outwork that man. I'm not going to sit here and try to box with this man and, you know, try to run him into shots and, you know what I mean? It's just, that shit not going to work out, man. Because like you said, the pedigree, Canelo done seen this story a million times, bro. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't.
He got 25 title defenses, bro. What the fuck?
Bro,
25 title fights. Come on, bro.
25.
There's nothing.
And I heard
nothing
that
you can throw at him.
I heard that during the press conference, and I'm like, yo, how many fights Berlanga got?
22.
This dude got more. That shit remind me of when Zev. You remember what Zev Judah told Danny? He said, man, I got more knockouts than this motherfucker got fights. That's like exactly like that. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, bro, this dude got more world title fights on his resume than Berlanga got fights, bro.
Gosh.
That shit is insane, bro. That's an uphill battle, man. That's an uphill battle for Berlanga, man. I'm telling you.
This is going to sound crazy, right? But here's something that dudes rarely do to Canelo and to Tank. Go to their body. Now, are you putting yourself in a very dangerous place? Yeah. It's the truth. But if you think you're going to just sit back there, like Edgar cannot sit back. You are not Erislandy Lara. Do not. Right? You are not money. Do not. No. I feel like you have to back him up, go to his body. He's the older man. He got 66 fights. He is rich. He's not, as a matter of fact, he's not even rich. He's wealthy.
Yes.
You gotta put that wealthy older man in a space like, yo, I don't really need this shit.
Or what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
That's the exact mentality you gotta put him in. But you know, at the same time, like, yeah, it's very risky because Canelo, he quick to lift a motherfucker up with them uppercuts. But you know, chances make champions, man. Chances make champions. You're gonna have to take some chances when you in there with them, regardless. But yeah, man, and considering the fact that, like, yeah, nobody ever touched. I never seen Canelo really get hit to the body all like that. But considering that, I think his conditioning pretty shaky. If you go to his body successfully, bro, you might be on to something. You might be on to something. Because if you really push Canelo, like if you make him fight outside of his pace, he is a 6-round fighter, bro. He's a 6-round fighter. So if you able to go to his body early, but then, you know, frustrate him or whatever, you can have a real successful fight against him.
Yo, you Puerto Rican, man. Put that left hook to work. Y'all born with a left hook. They'll come out the womb humming that bitch.
Yeah, that was my best punch too.
Bro, I don't know what it is. I don't know if y'all like go to school for it early. I've never seen a Rican fighter and then have a good left hook.
Bro, I'm right-handed, bro. And my left hook was always my bread and butter, bro. We used to be in the gym, and whenever I used to spar, they used to be like, yo, go, don't walk to the left hook. Don't walk to the hook. Don't walk to the hook. Yo, all the time, bro. I had 16, 18-ounce gloves on. I used to be stopping them dudes, bro, with just my hook. Shit was crazy, bro. I don't know how that shit worked.
You would throw the straight right to walk him into it, to move that head over?
Bro, I used to change levels. I had a good jab too. So like I'll put him, I'll lull him to sleep with the jab. And like what my favorite shit to do was I stab to the body, right? To make them, you know what I mean? Keep giving them the impression that I'm strictly like trying to stab the body. And then I'll change that level. Like I'm gonna go downstairs and then just bring the hook right up top. Bing! Sheesh! That used to be my favorite, bro. I used to put niggas out with that shit, bro. All the time.
Yeah, that's a good joint. Yo, you know what that remind me of?
Well, whatever.
All right, so do you remember how Blair knocked down AB? Now I know it was two different punches, but the level change fucked up AD.
Yeah. He thought, he came over the top and cracked him. Yep.
Yep. He dipped down and broke that bitch right back up.
It was right here, bro. I used to come right. I used to change the level. Boom, I stab right here. Boom, I stab right here. Then I sit. I got that. My dad taught me that shit from Wilfredo Gomez. Wilfredo Gomez used to walk. He used to walk you to the ropes, and he would sit. And from there, you wouldn't even know whether he was going to hit the body or touch the head. So what I started doing was I had my own little style too. I would stab. Boom, 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 and I'll drop. I'll give you the illusion that I'm gonna throw something straight and then bring that joint right over. Boom. That shit, man. That shit was crazy. I did a USA versus Ireland joint one time. I put White Boy out with that shit. Bang. He went up against.
I love those fights. US versus Ireland. That shit go.
Bro, that motherfucker, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I had did a joint this, and my pop wasn't even there that day. But I was supposed to fight this one dude, but he failed the when the nurse do like he checked like your pulse and shit like that, his shit was fucked up. So they just chalked him, right? So they had somebody on standby, and at that time I was 155. I was 155, and they had a dude that was 160, and the dude that I was working with at the time, the old gym owner I used to work with, he was hesitant about doing it. And I was like, no, I'll do it. Like, you tripping? He was like, nah, man, look, just work the referee. He was like, just do this, and then I'll pay you for that. I'm like, nah, bro. I still wanted to do it. And I was watching Bull hit the pads. I was like, there's no way. I was like, ain't no way he could beat me like that. There's no way. Bro, I caught him with that same John, bro. Broke the hook over the top. Boof. Bro. But he came out strong, though. The fucking bell rang. He ran right over to me. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, all right. Bro, it was all drunk. They was all drunk, bro. And that, I stopped Bull. I stopped him, right? That was considered an exhibition, though. That wasn't sanctioned. So, boom, I stopped him. Boom, right? I was about to clean him up, and the ref got right. I was about to clean him with the right hand, bro. I was about to finish him up. You know, like Tommy Morrison, Ray Mercer, John?
Yeah.
And I was about to get him, bro. I smelled blood. I was about to get him. The ref saved him right before it happened. So then we went back to the stage. It was a big stage. And, bro, they was all sitting back there. You know, I'm chatting it up with the coach. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened pretty quick. It was like the end of the first. So then we go to the back, bro. They all got beer, knocking that shit down. Bro. They was offering me beer. I'm like, nah, I'm cool, bro. Pack my shit up. I got right up out of there. They was there. That shit was crazy, bro. That was a good memory for sure.
Yo, wait, did they have that shit like up in Northeast, like by Academy Road?
Nah, that shit was down This was Germantown.
Okay.
They had that like a big. It was. I don't even know what. It had like a small like doorway, but then when you came in, it was a big like a gymnasium type joint. Then they had like a stage, like an auditorium stage, like where people be acting and shit at with the curtains. And we went behind the curtains, and then that's where everybody was at, getting ready, doing pad work, and the doctor was there and all that stuff. Yeah, that was a good joint, bro. That was a really good memory. But yeah, I used to left hooks, bro. That was my shit.
Hey, Glizzy, of course Danny is Rican, yeah.
Oh, he don't know that? What you thought Danny was?
I mean, Danny do like Cleve Thompson, so.
He do look like, yeah, that's hilarious. But no, yeah, Danny Rican. You must be new to boxing if you don't know that. He said Caleb Plant versus Darrell. Now, what Darrell did. Yo, Mill, you there?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, all right. No, I faded out and came back. What Caleb Plant did was he delayed the timing, and I seen Breadman was working on that shit. Where I think he coming behind the jab. I don't know what Caleb Plant did, but he went boom, boom, and typically, you know what I'm saying? They'll expect like the hook to come up top right away, but Caleb, he took himself off the line. He went boom. Boom, he delayed it a little bit, allowed Darrell to open up just a little bit, and then the hook came over the top. Bang. What the hell? You thought Danny was Dominican?
Really?
You gotta be trolling. Bro. Ain't not one Dominican out here that look like Danny. Oh, no. Like
Yo,
that.
and shouts out to Dominican boxing. They've been
Yo, they
I don't know where Samson finds these dudes, bro. But if it's me and my opponent fell out and here's come Samson with his Dominican on 3 weeks' notice, the answer is no. I didn't see him too much. No, the answer is no. Fuck you.
So who on right now? So it's they got the middleweight bull who got the WBC. What's his name again?
Carlos Adames.
Carlos Adames. They got Edwin,
Alberto Puello,
Hector Luis Garcia, Elvis.
Elvis Rodriguez. They got the kid Yuri Cedeno from here, Henry Cedeno. There's other people that we missing. Like they boxing been really popping.
Rohan Polanco. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that dude. But Anonymous,
okay, I gotta check him out.
Yeah, Anonymous be on all the fighters that's on the come up though, so I believe him. But yeah, they definitely they looking better than Puerto Rico right now. Puerto Rico down bad right now, bro. They in a drought heavy, bro.
Yo, it's
bad, bro. I'm not feeling it, bro.
Yo, you got good fighters. It's just that, like, all right, let's look at Puerto Rico right now. Of course, the best fighter from Puerto Rico is Amanda, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Xander's a year or two away.
You can tell, and they know that too because of who they just announced who his opponent is. Nowhere near them WBO rankings, but you know what I mean. I guess they just trying to keep building him a little bit more.
Matias just took a loss that hurt. But Matias is still on world level. Oh, the Dominican kid that Devin Haney beat that won on he won on Matias's card. He can fight. Forget his name though.
You said that Devin Haney beat?
Yeah, Devin Haney beat him. Oh, what is his name? Alberto Santiago?
Let me check.
Oh, Nestor Bravo, like Nestor Bravo.
Alfredo Santiago.
Yeah, he can fight.
He was undefeated when Dev beat him. Oh, yeah, I know exactly who this dude is. But, you know, it's crazy. He lives in Puerto Rico. He's Dominican, but he lives in Puerto Rico.
Supernova.
He half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he Rican and Dominican. Henry LeBron is Puerto Rican, Teach.
But yeah, I forgot about Henry LeBron. Of course, you got Brandon. You got the young boy Elijah Flores.
You said Brandon?
Yeah. Pizarro.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. What happened? Did you hear about what happened with that whole Sway fight?
I don't know, bro.
I was excited about that one. I wanted to go to that, John.
That would have been a good fight.
Hell yeah, I would have loved to have seen that, man. I hope that they bring that on that card John Carlos on. John Carlos been working with us, so I'm gonna go to that fight in the AC.
What card is John Carlos on?
Was it the 27th September at AC?
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
I think.
Fucks with Carlos. Oh, Afonso Falcon, yeah.
Wait.
Okay, Najee Lopez, right? Najee Lopez.
Yeah.
He the mix. He black and Rican, right? Mark Farrat trains him, light heavyweight.
Ah, okay. I'm familiar with him. Yeah, I've been hearing about him for a while.
Yeah, he's from Atlanta, Georgia, so you already know.
Mm-hmm. He said Najee is so. He was on Pro Box. Oh, they ain't.
I can't call Najee so. They've been putting Najee up in there with 50-50 fights, yo. Like he
throwing him in the dungeon.
Right now, if you go on Najee's if you go on his box rec, you'll see like they didn't put him in there with some guys, and it's like, oh, okay, like they really testing his metal. But Mark Farrar got another kid that I think is special, yo. Nigga's name is Darrell Valsaint. Nice.
You said his name is Darrell what?
Darrell Valsaint.
Val. Shit, I just seen his name come up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at it right now. You say you think he's special. All right, be on the lookout for that then, y'all. Okay. What makes you say that though?
Package. He got it all.
160, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna bring him down to 154. But yeah, man. Switch, sharp, fast, power, yeah. IQ. Just need more seasoning.
Yeah. Okay. 11-0, 9 knockouts. All right. Sound pretty good.
Atif versus Najee, yeah, that would be a good fight. Oh yeah, Nicholas Flaus, he's the one that just stopped Lucas Santa Maria, right?
Yeah.
And Santa Maria, he gives everybody problems, yo. The boy Flaus beat his ass, bro.
Wait, what is he?
Rican.
Regan?
I think so. Or is he Dominican? I think Rican. Janilson Boca Chica, he looked good against Brian Norman in the early part before, the headbutt.
Boa Chica could fight. I've been watching him for a few years already. That's the one who slammed Tio on his head. Let's go, champ. Shout out to that boy Chica, man. But okay. Yeah, he beat Jahi Tucker too. Okay, I'm familiar. Yeah. I seen both of those fights.
Yo, you ever notice when one of these promotions went online, especially Top Rank? When they
you saying they did that to Jahi, right?
I can look at certain matchups to know that
when they get in line.
They ready to cut bait with you. I see certain because Top Rank has the best matchmaking possible.
Yeah, you get on their bad side.
Yeah, if you get on their bad side, bro, you're gonna be in there with a Darnell Boone. You know what I'm saying?
What was that white boy name? The one that he came from MMA, was just fucking everybody up.
Clay Collard. You're gonna be in there with Clay Collard.
Clay Collard. Yeah.
But I got another bull for you, yo. If you are 140 pounds, yo, if your cousin is 140 pounds, a friend of yours, white bull, Dakota Linger that stopped Josue and stopped Kurt Scovey, leave him the fuck alone, yo. Leave him alone.
Like his girl, his trainer or some shit. Who is that dude that their girlfriend was their trainer or their wife was in their corner or some shit like that?
I don't know.
Yo, but listen,
I don't think he was.
Play with. He not.
Bro, leave him alone. He don't look like much. You look like, and then when he's fighting, he looks ass. And then dude ends up on the canvas. I can't explain it. Leave him alone.
Yo, facts, bro. We need to make a list of motherfuckers to avoid. Darnell Boone was one of them. Dakota, Clay Collard. Who else?
Bro, I would have to sit down. It's a couple of dudes that I'm just like, nah.
That you need to leave alone.
I'm just like, nah, dog. Just leave that bull alone. I've seen him do too many things, right?
You know who Top Rank lined badly, bro? They just got the fuck out of here. The boy Tyler McCreary. They did him.
Who they put him in there with?
Bro, he fought absolutely nobody, bro. His whole career, and they just gonna throw him in there with Carl Frampton, bro. I was like, yo, what is wrong?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? I was like, yo, nowhere near ready for that, bro. Nowhere near ready for that. And they was like,
if you don't get the knockouts, what they say, Mark? If we set you up for a duck You don't get a knockout. That shit happened like 2-3 times in a row. Here it come. Here it come. And you better win, too. If you don't win,
they try to line the Dorno, and Dorno got the fuck up out of there before they did it though.
They put a Dorno in there with Jermaine. I was like, damn. Fuck.
Jermaine big ass head. No,
bro.
Adorno really a 30. He just, bro. I remember I was talking to Adorno. I don't care. This is public knowledge. He be saying it. I remember one time I was like, hey, bro, how much you weigh right now? It was me. We was in the back of the 2300 arena. It was me, Joseph Adorno, and Steven Ortiz. Right. I grew up with Steven. We got mutual family members, so we known each other since we was babies. So I'm chopping it up with him. Adorno come over, bro. This dude got a white tee, bro, like a white V-neck tee with the biggest gut. And I'm like, bro, didn't you just fight? Like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, man, you know, I'll be drinking all this soda. Like, we talking about how he be drinking 2 liters, like, just be down at 2 liters of Pepsi and shit. He's like, yeah, I'm like 165 right now. I was like, what? You just fought. You already 35 pounds. Because at that time, I think he was at 130. I'm like, wow, bro.
No. Yeah. Yo, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to dip off and go to sleep. Fans, and they mind, the reason why fighters be fucking up is because, like, they be clubbing or smoking and drinking. Nah, bro. What I realized by being in these gyms, food.
Mm-hmm.
Food, yo. Fighters have more problems with food than anything, yo.
That's a fact. Niggas
love to eat, yo.
They restrain themselves so much that when they get a little freedom, they just go all out. I watched it, bro. They don't even take that long neither. They be going they probably give them a week off after a fight, and they totally different people.
And the thing is, they don't even be going crazy though, right? It's that making weight takes so much discipline that I don't think a regular fan has any idea about. Like, that was the hardest thing. I attempted to cut.
Mm-hmm.
I had a particular goal, but you know, life took over and I had to abandon it. But like I got down to like 6 or 7 pounds. But I'm expecting the weight to melt off because I cut out carbs, I cut out sugar, right? And I'm running, so I'm thinking like, oh man, this shit about to melt off. Man, that shit was like 2 ounces. I was like, what?
Damn!
And I'm dying. Damn. Like I'm dying for a fucking Starburst or like just some fucking potatoes or some rice. I'm dying.
Yo, this nigga think about Starburst when he hungry.
Bro, when you ain't had shit, bro, I didn't have sugar for like I did no carbs and no sugar for like a week.
Damn.
And I thought the weight was just gonna melt off me. No, dog.
Sad.
No.
Sheesh. Damn. I don't know. Always, I could put on weight easy. I could lose weight easy. But you know, they say once you hit them 30s, it's a wrap.
Bro, you remember you a baby right now. Yeah, man. Dude, in your 30s, it's different, man. It is different.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. But I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. You know what I mean? You came through. You was showing love, man. I appreciate that, man.
Nah, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you soon.
All
right, bet. Let me see. Shout out to my boy Sing with the $5 super chat. He says we need that Boots next fight date. From what I heard, he coming back later this year. You know what I'm saying? And it's a strong likelihood that it might be back in Philadelphia from what I understand, but you know, nothing confirmed. I'm sure they'll sit down soon and come up with something, maybe around a September date. You know what I mean? They'll probably lock in a fight date. And, you know, considering the fact that Turki Alalshikh said he'll be working with Boots soon, I wouldn't be surprised if Boots isn't on I'll be surprised if, you know, Turki don't get him on one of these undercards that's happening soon. You know what I mean? Whether it's the Better Beef and Bivol card. You know, having Jerron Ennis on there would be sensational. You know, the Tyson Fury Usyk card in December. Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be a good platform for Boots to fight on as well, because that's going to be a big card. Either one of those cards will be huge for Boots. You know what I'm saying? If they do bring it back to the States, man, it just depends on what direction he's gonna go. Is it gonna be a match from a Boost promotion, or is he gonna, participate in the Riyadh season events? It all depends. But from what I understand, from what I've heard from what was going on behind the scenes, and people that converse with Boots and shit, it seems like what I mean. They're gonna try to make their return to Philly around the November area. That's just what I heard. But it could be cap. It could end up not being the reality. But that's just what I heard. Shout out to my boy Singh with the $5 super chat, man. I like that profile pic too. That was Jordan on the Last Dance, John. One of my favorite documentaries of all time. Shout out to my boy Singh. He said you also got to consider that boxers burn a lot of calories, sugars, and carbs. Their blood glucose is low because it makes them crave carbs and more calories. Yeah, you definitely getting into some shit I don't know nothing about. Nah, like I used to cut weight easy, bro. But like my work ethic was insane, bro. Like all I really cared about was boxing. So it was like I would change everything around. Like I love this so much that like what people consider sacrifices, I didn't really look at as sacrifices. I just felt like it was something I needed to do that was going to take me to the next level. And I was so infatuated with being as great as I could be that I would drop anything just to have the advantage over everybody. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I used to go like and I took a page out of Jerron Ennis' book. I used to watch all his, like when he first started getting his recognition on Showtime and shit. He said that he would go to Muscle Maker Grill, which was like this restaurant that they had like healthy alternatives for food. So he used to go to one all the way up Northeast, and they had one down Center City that was closer to me because I live in North. So Northeast, it could be between 20 to 30 minutes. But there was one down Center City, which I'm closer to, which would probably be like 15 minutes. So I'll go to the John down there. And okay, you a personal trainer. That makes sense that you would know about that then. Because yeah, that's a little bit out of my realm. You feel me? But yeah, I would go to Muscle Maker Grill and I'll get exactly what Boost got. There was like a grilled chicken wrap, you know what I'm saying? And I would eat these Johns. And then they had like sweet potato fries and shit like that. I'll eat that. I mean, of course, it ain't, it don't add up to like a fucking Baconator and shit like that. But, I enjoyed the process, man. And I used to cut weight real easy, bro. I only drank water and, I took my vitamins, made sure I didn't have like any, deficiencies and shit like that. That was another thing too. I was on my Victor Conti shit, not the steroid shit, but like in terms of like doing blood work, while I was training. You know what I'm saying? I would, I was real because I would go to my physicals and I would request, something certain I would request like, just to get my my levels checked and shit like that. And they would show me, I'm like, all right, I got a vitamin C deficiency or B12, whatever, and then I'll just make sure that I'll get that back and what I mean, get that shit back up. And I used to really take all that shit serious, bro. Like everything. For sure. Derek Will said, who you got winning? Atif versus Najee? I got Atif. I think Atif will beat Najee. I think that Atif is a special fighter. I think, his height, his reach, great boxing ability, got a shit ton of power, explosive, very, very intelligent. I think that's what stands out with Atif more than everything. He's elusive, very hard to hit. Very hard to hit, which is, it coincides with being elusive, but, great. He has great time. Like Boots is not Boots. Atif is the full package, man. He's the full package, simple and plain. So, I think it's going to take a special fighter to beat a special fighter like Atif. And I'm not saying Najee isn't that. I'm sure he's talented. And like YSM said, they done put him in there with some, 50-50 fights, and he's been coming out on top. So, he is a good fighter from what I'm hearing. So, yeah, but, I think Atif is just a step ahead of a lot of these dudes. I just think that he needs to get back on track where people are actually talking about him. You feel what I'm saying? What do you think about the gym Atif be training at occasionally? White dude that loves using the paddles forgot the name of the gym. I think that's actually not the gym that he trains at occasionally. I think that's actually like his main gym because I think you're referring to Tom Yankello. And Tom Yankello, he trained fighters like Paul Spadafora and shit like that. So that's actually his head coach. You know, he was with us at one point in time, but he left and then he got with Tom Yankello. And I think that's where he goes for his training camps. Now, what do I think about the gym? I don't know enough about the gym to speak about it. You know what I mean? I'm not inclined to really speak about that shit because I don't know, dude. I never really watched Yankello train fighters. I don't really know too much about what he got going on. I don't know nothing about the fighters he has outside of teeth. So I can't say he trash. You know what I mean? I can't say he's sensational. I just don't have any experience with him, so I can't speak about that. But one thing I can say is that, you know, Atif is talented. He can fight. And you know, he's very coachable as well. So I'm sure whatever Tom is teaching him, you know, he's absorbing and, you know, adding to his toolbox. You feel what I mean? So I can't really speak on that. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, even if I knew something about dude, I ain't going to speak on him negatively. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Atif feel like, you know what I mean, that was the best move for him. So that's where he went. So it is what it is. I can't really, you know, I don't really got no comment on that for real. But yo, man, I'm gonna just tell y'all this was a sensational live, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love, man. We had a special guest and Greg Hackett that came through and showed love along with YSM Sports Media. Definitely had some credible guests on here. You know what I mean, that came through and, you know, just chopped it up with your boy, man. I'm looking, this was actually, you know, fun. You know what I mean? So I think that's exactly what I needed to experience because from now on, man, I'm gonna definitely start making guests more of an I'm gonna start making guests more of a thing, you know what I mean? And not just, you know, solely basing it upon me and what I think and shit like that. So shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. If you can hit the like as soon as you come out, share the video, you know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. That'll be very much appreciated, man. But until then, this is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.